Welcome everybody to the June 2020 Chatting with Your Akashic Guides. I'm so delighted to have you here. Today is the solstice. There's a lot going on in the universe energetically, as well as a lot going on energetically in the world right now. So it's a really wonderful time for us to come together to bring our energy and our intention. So what I'd like you to do for just a couple minutes is join your energy and intention with me. And I'm going to ask Metatron to also join us to magnify our energy, to send out a love bubble, to bring calm and healing to the world, because we really need that right now. And together we can do that. It'll be a massive ripple. So just take a couple of deep breaths. Sit back and relax. Focus on your breathing for just a moment. Notice that beautiful, life-giving, life-affirming breath. And be thankful for that, because the air is getting clearer. Mother Earth is cleaning things up while we've taken a pause as humanity. And we are ever so grateful for her ministrations. And just reflect upon all of the wonder, the beauty, the joy, and delight in your life, because there is so much, even in the midst of what seems like chaos and turmoil. I was reminded this week by my guides that we all have the ability to put an energetic bubble around ourselves, to provide that force field that keeps out the chaos, the noise, the hatred, and the bigotry from our inner circle of energy. And you can find the video of that meditation on my YouTube channel. I just posted it yesterday. So it was all about all of us consciously putting on our protective force field as we approach the world, so that we can do the work that we're here, that we've intended to do, without interference. We can still let the love in. The light still comes in. It's just we're giving ourselves that little bit of space so that we can breathe freely and we can express our gifts freely and to a greater extent. This is not the time to play small. We're all being called to step up to the plate, to give that 110% and more from your big, beautiful heart. Because know that your angels are standing with you. They are holding you all around, supporting you, and they will help to magnify your energy and your intention. So use it freely, use it wisely, use it wherever you feel guided to share it, because we all need it now so much. And with that, just express our appreciation to you, Metatron, for your assistance, to all of our angels and guides who are stepping up today to share the most perfect message with every participant. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So just open your eyes if you haven't already and join us back here. Take a couple of deep breaths and get settled in, because we are ready to have liftoff.
Yes, we are. And Oleana's first question is, can I please have perspective on my anger and hate towards my coworker and that joined the work team after me? Thank you so much.
Okay. So what can you share with Alina about the situation with her coworker? So I'm immediately seeing a mirror, Alina. There's something that's happening dynamically between you and this coworker that you're seeing reflected back to you from that mirror that's uncomfortable. So this is bringing you an opportunity to find out what that thing is inside of you that really bugs you, that you need to address. That's what this coworker is bringing to you. So if you can take a little introspective time and tune into what that is and address it, your energy towards her will shift. And when that happens, her energy towards you will shift. And I'm seeing this big, like a sun bubble, glowing between you, smoothing out the anger and the misunderstanding. and charging up that energy. You can unmute if you want and comment, Alina, by the way.
Okay, thank you.
Does that make sense?
Definitely. And I've been on that road trying to think, what is it about? And it's very simple. It's just we work remotely and we email all the time. And if she emails something and I perceive it to be like nasty, it's probably not. So I know it's me. I just don't know what it is, and I have to work it out. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
so spend a little time in meditation and just relax. Allow your guides to share whatever insights. It will come to you. They will be sending you breadcrumbs to help you figure it out. In the meanwhile, whenever you have that connection with her, I feel this energy of like tensing up, right? So if you can train yourself instead to take a couple of deep breaths when you interact with her, relax. And I want you to presume that everything that comes from her is positive. That will help you shift as well. And when you get out of that clenched up energy, you're going to figure out what this is. You'll get the clarity, you'll see it. It's just now you're just clenched and down and you're blocking it, right? It's like you're pushing it away with both hands.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I automatically have a shield. Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
So hopefully that will help. Let me know.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and thank you so much for muting yourself. That's lovely of you for helping us with that. The next question from Melinda. She said, thank you in advance. I would like to lose some weight. And the other day I spoke to a friend who has lost over 40 pounds and is now coaching on that as well. It's part of an MLM. I was thinking this could be good for me in many ways, but I'm afraid that I take on too much, wondering what my guides think.
Okay. So for Melinda, is this MLM an optimum choice for her right now? I get a yes on that, Melinda. But also with the caveat, go into it with that childlike anticipation and fun. Don't go into it with that suspicious, oh, it's just another MLM kind of energy. If you bring that childlike joy, wonder, and delight energy, then this opportunity will expand and it can actually turn into what you hope that it will. So it's that attitude adjustment we all need to make.
Thank you. And that makes sense because that's part of my fear is I've tried several MLMs in the past and nothing's come of it, but I'm excited about this one. Plus I need to lose weight. So it's like a twofold. If I can help people and lose weight, bingo. So
Yeah,
that's awesome. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Deborah, do I have permission to interject here?
Yes.
Melinda, I would like for you to reframe your words. Rather than saying, I need to lose weight. If we focus on losing weight and we lose that weight, the universe says, oh my God, you love to lose weight. Here, I'll give you some more so you can lose it again, because that's what you're focusing on. What I'd like for you to do is simply to shift your words. What you're asking is to release things that whatever no longer serves you.
Yes. Yeah, and I've heard Lisa Nichols says release weight. So I do have to remember to shift that. That's just a remembering thing. So thank you, Donna. Absolutely. You're right. Totally right. Thank you.
Okay.
Needs to go away.
Yeah, and one more thing about that, Melinda, if you lose something, that means you might want to find it. So
Right.
that's
All
the
the
other
same.
reason why releasing is more important.
Yep. It all ties together. Yep. You're correct. Thank you.
Okay. And thank you for muting yourself, Melinda. So from Dawn, wondering what my guides think about Dan. He is thinking we should take a break, but is confused. I don't want to break. What do the guys think I should do? Should we break up?
Okay. And Dawn. Okay, I see you now.
Dawn.
You can go ahead and unmute yourself if you want. So for Dawn, what can you tell us about this relationship? Is it something that is in the best interest of Dawn to continue with this relationship? I get a no on that, Dawn. So for the long term, staying with this person is actually closing doors to you for a more optimal relationship. And it's feeling like, you know, he's trying to gently disengage. So it's good to know that now rather than to hang on waiting for him to come back and then find out he never intended to come back.
Yeah, it's been 2 years and this is the second time. He does it every time our lease comes up. How soon will I meet a new person then? Because I can't be alone.
Okay, so how soon will Dawn meet someone who is an optimal partner for her? So there is one. I'm getting a yes that there is one. All right. I'm getting somewhere around 9 months. So it's you're going to gestate. Now, here's what they're also saying, Dawn. Don't look at this as being alone and you can't be alone and how awful that is. Look at this as an opportunity for you to work on Dawn. You've got that new relationship that's going to be birthed in about 9 months. So what can you do for Dawn to prepare her to be the most spectacular partner so that when you do meet this other person, it's a beautiful joining of equals, right? You don't have that in this relationship or you wouldn't be feeling so bad and it wouldn't be this repeating cycle of pain.
Well, it's good. It's only pain when he tries to break up. Otherwise, we have like, it was a fairy tale. But
Yeah, but I'm getting that was an illusion. It
Okay.
wasn't a two-sided fairy tale.
Okay.
It was an illusion. And there were things going on that you were not aware of in the background with him. So he was not really ever committed. There's something else happening with him that you just don't need to be a part of. It's not part of where you want to go as a soul. So don't deny yourself that beautiful relationship that's waiting for you
Okay.
by playing this game with him. Because it's just a game. It's not a commitment. And you deserve more than that. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Dawn, and thank you so much. Kat G, you may go ahead and unmute yourself. Her question: good morning. I was wondering how I can address my current issues with my father. Why can I not see my guides? How can I break the cycle of overthinking and anger trust issues towards my spouse? So that's 3 questions. First one is wondering, address my current issues with my father.
Thank you. That helps. It's hard to track them all at the same.
Yeah.
So for Kat, what can you tell her about her relationship with her father? I'm seeing this big key and it's turning in the lock. And so there's some kind of like a blockage between you. It's about a secret. Yeah. Something hidden from you, Dawn. I'm sorry, Kat. Something hidden from you. Is there something she needs to do about this? No, it's not coming from you. It's coming from him. So there's something on his side that he's keeping the secret that is impacting your relationship. So should she say something to him about this? No. The thing is, Kat, he's not choosing to share it for a reason. So on your side, all you can do is stand there and love and not worry about that, because it feels like you're grasping for more than he's willing to give. So if you can pull back a little bit and find that equanimity space where you accept what he's giving you and you pour love back to him, should the day come when he's ready to share with you, he will. But in the meantime, it won't negatively impact your relationship because you're not asking for more than he can give. What it's feeling like is kind of a tug of war, because it's like, Daddy, I want more. And he's saying, I'm sorry, I can't give more. This is my boundary right here. So if you can stop engaging in that tug of war and just be in that centered space of love, know that it's not about you. That's important. It's not about you. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I mean, we kind of distanced ourselves in January. I have not spoken to him since then. He has sent letters to my cousin for me because we moved and he doesn't know where we live. And so I've been contemplating how to react to those letters. He has a lot of issues, I know that, and he is my only living parent. So I'm trying to resolve that, and I don't know how to go about that. And if it's to be quiet and just let it come, then I will. But it does hurt.
Yeah. So it's always about what you want and what's best for you. Doesn't matter if they're a family member or not. You are not obligated to have a relationship. If it's too painful, you can
Right.
step out of it. It's protecting yourself. But what I'm feeling from them is the opportunity does exist for you to have a relationship with him.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to take an adjustment on your part, your expectations.
Right.
Right. It's accepting him as he is, because when you're in that place of always wanting more or being in judgment, he feels that and he reacts by pulling back.
Yeah, definitely.
And if I can step in with that, that actually mirrors her third question, which how can I break the cycle of overthinking and anger trust issues towards my spouse? It feels like to me that it's mirroring her relationship with her father.
Yeah. So what can you tell us about the situation with Kat's spouse? Yeah, it's this old, deeply embedded pattern, Kat. Well, here's what I'm feeling. The sun is shining on you and you are this little sprout. You're wanting to grow. The sun is shining, so all of the elements are there for you to now grow into this new space. Your desire is there. That's why you're here asking for help. So it's about you going into that childlike state of just acceptance and love, light, right? Let all those other negative things go.
Okay.
Be in that space of love and beaming that out to people, because that's what you have to share with them. And that will shift their energy in the way they interact with you, whether that be your spouse or father or anybody else. This is a call for you as the awakening soul to step up to the next level. And yes, it's uncomfortable. But as you push forward and you keep doing it, it gets easier and it gets more joyful.
Thank
So
you so
you're
much.
on the precipice of a big growth spurt. That's what they're showing me.
Very excited. Thank you.
And her other question, which was in between the two, and you may want to rephrase the question for her. Why can I not see my guides? And I almost changed the question by asking it, how can she better access her guides?
That's probably what I mean. Yeah. How can I've tried the meditations. I get discouraged because it's like a black veil. I don't see anything. And I want to ask questions. I want to see. I want to witness it.
Yeah, so
So
this is
interesting.
very common, Kat. And the thing is, you may not see them. You might just hear them. You might feel them. They come in all different sensory ways. So when you have this judgment about how they should appear to you, you're putting the veil up. They're not. They're jumping jacks, cartwheels, all kinds of things to get your attention and say, hey, Kat, we're here. Come on, let's play. But you're putting you're putting them in a box and telling them, no, you should be this way. And they're like, no, it doesn't work that way. So you have to shift your perception, get with the program, allow them to be who they are, just as they are allowing and encouraging you to be who you are. So when you go into that space and you want to interact with them, set your ego aside. Whatever comes through, trust that it is your guides, no matter if it's a whisper or a kick in the butt, right? A loving kick in the butt to get you moving. So yeah, so just accept that and then be in a state of gratitude for it. Do this regularly, and over time, what you get will expand, right? I've told this story many times. In the beginning, all I got was a purple blob. Well, purple's my favorite color, so that was cool, right? And over time, that has expanded to whole movies and conversations. But it takes practice. You're building a new muscle.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
But don't get discouraged. because that puts up that wall of resistance.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, Kat, for muting yourself. Thank you so much for that. Rachel, I have 3 questions, small but short. Well, I'm not sure about that. The first one, the man I am now meeting, I connect with very well, but is this my soulmate and my romantic relation?
Okay. So for Rachel, is this man someone who is a great candidate for a long-term relationship? Is he optimal? No, he's not optimal, Rachel. There's something better out there. Okay, so is he good, an optimal choice for the short term? Yeah, have fun. That's what they're saying. Have fun in the short term. Now, they're also saying today he's not optimal. If you go into the relationship with the idea of just having a good time and don't putting all those expectations of long term, the two of you could shift and he could become a great candidate for the long term. Does that make sense?
So it could become my relationship.
It could become. It depends on how the two of you shift in the relationship and relate as you go forward. So there's a lot of potential, but today he's not optimal long term, only short term.
But could become long term.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Depends on how the two of you shift.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense, and it's exactly that. It's like you know, you come at an age where you think, okay, is this the one? Is this the one? You know, so but I'm not physically attracted, so I'm like, I'm not gonna force myself to do anything. You know, I'm not really, but there is a connection I don't want to let go of. But anyway, okay, good. The second one I need to explain a little bit is about traveling, because now with all the lockdown and everything, and my passion is really to travel the world. So I really, really want to know if I don't know how specific I need to ask. I really want to travel full time. If you want it more specific, will I be in Australia this year?
Is it highly likely that Australia is going to be part of Rachel's travels in 2020? No. Okay, what about 2021? Because we're already halfway through. Yeah, 2021. So it's going to be more than the 6 months. Before the end of 2021? Yeah.
So, and related to that, traveling full time or you know, traveling extensively is definitely part of my future.
Is traveling extensively part of Rachel's near future? They're saying, yeah, if you want it to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and then the third is really also related. It's connected, because for me, I really want to, I asked you last time about my job, and I'm definitely gonna, I already, you know, re-signed the contract that I'm not gonna be spending much time on it, but I am growing my online business, which is also why I want to travel more. But I just really want to know if this is the year that I'm finally gonna get more revenue from my own business. I mean, basically, yeah, am I on the right track? It feels like it really does, but I just want to ask my guides.
Okay. Is Rachel on track for profitability with her online business in 2020? Yes, but I'm feeling like the big success is probably not going to happen until 2021, because it's gearing up. You're stepping into that energy,
Yeah.
but it's like, I'm feeling like the full flowering will happen after that.
Okay. Yeah.
So
But
you're in the bud stage.
Yeah, but I felt like that last year. So I thought, okay, 2020 has got to be my year. And it seems like it takes forever. And especially with the travel, I get so much energy when I am traveling. So I just want to get out of this country. I really do.
Yeah, but you got to factor in, Rachel, all of the things that are happening right now in 2020, which has impacted your trajectory as well as everybody else's.
Yeah,
That's
true.
upset a lot of apple carts. And we are now all having to adjust to that, to get back on our own paths, to come through this new reality. And that's okay, because this was necessary. It needed to happen.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
of course.
purge. What we get
But
on the other side is going to be so much better and easier.
yeah, I had plans to go to Australia in November, and I didn't book a flight because for some reason I think, you know, what if? And so I guess I have to wait on that.
Yeah, that was good intuition, because the way things are going, that might not be a good time to go.
Okay, so I can continue the way I'm going.
Yeah, you're on the right
That's,
path. That's the important thing.
yeah, that's important. That's true. Thank you so much, Deborah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
And thank you, Rachel, for muting yourself as well. The next question is from Sarah from England. I love this. Anything from my guides?
Okay.
And you can unmute yourself, Sarah.
So for Sarah from England, what would you like to share with her? I'm hearing buzzing like bees. Does that mean anything to you, Sarah?
It does, yeah. I work in sustainable agriculture and rural development.
Okay. So it's like the bees are singing to you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like they're doing this whole serenade for you. And with that, I'm feeling waves of gratitude. So gratitude from the bees for your work. And also that's validation from your guides about the good work that you're bringing to the world. That is really beautiful, Sarah.
Okay. Gosh, it's wonderful. Yeah, my full question, I don't know, you mightn't have seen it, was is there anything from my guides on the extension I've been offered to my contract?
Okay. So what can you tell Sarah about the extension on her contract? Is this an optimal choice for her? Yeah, it's a good thing for you. And I'm feeling it just like with Rachel with the flower unfolding, coming into full bloom. And it's very potent and pungent. There's a lot of power and beauty there. Power and beauty mixed together, Sarah. That's an important part of the message. So that's something you probably want to meditate on, the power and the beauty coming together, because they're emphasizing it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Sarah, and thank you for muting yourself. The next question is from Karsten from Danlish?
Denmark, he said.
Denmark, okay. He's been very interested in the Akashic Record, have not yet accessed it. I seem very slow to move forward. So what is my next path or my next step in this life?
Okay, so what can you tell Karsten?
Well, I can say that I've been looking into the Akashic Records for some years now, and I've also bought some courses. I bought your book and read about it. And I also become much more spiritual than I used to be. But I don't know really what my path is, and I seem very slow to like progress. I have a lot of things to do. I have 6 kids and work, and so I don't have much time always. So I have to that's the excuses, but I like to know, should I really like go into this energetic work maybe, because my wife, she says I'm talented. I don't know, but that's what she says.
Yeah, well, what I'm getting is that you are very intuitive, but you also tend to overthink things. And you can get yourself caught up in that whole ball of procrastination, analysis, paralysis, and not taking action. And so what happens for you, Karsten, is when you get into that state and you don't take action, the energy shuts down. So that's blocking you from getting the insights from your guides that would help lead you forward. So for you, what's really important is on a regular basis, go to some quiet, sacred space where you can be there, relaxed, and just connecting with the universe. Allow them to bring you that life-giving energy. Connect with them and allow the insights to come in. When you're in that space, I want you to put your ego on the shelf. Don't let ego tell you that you're making this up, because your energy and your intention is focused on connecting with your guides. That is what you're going to be doing. So whatever you get, trust it, write it down. Keep doing that. That's how you're going to build that muscle. Pretty soon, you're going to start getting more, and you're going to feel more confident about what you got when you look back over your journal and you see the things that are coming to pass that they shared with you.
Yeah.
It's really interesting because his next question is, should he go into politics? And my response is, ask them.
Okay, so our politics, is that a good career, an optimal choice for Karsten? Oh, no. No, that would crush your spirit.
Okay.
You could be an advisor, though. That's what they threw in. If you're interested in politics, do it on the sidelines. Don't be the candidate out front.
Yep, got that. That was very clear and precise. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And spot on also. And I'll try it if I can mute this. There we go.
Thank you, Karsten. So thank you so much for muting. Okay, Anne, A-N-N-E. Anything I need, and you can go ahead and unmute yourself, Anne. Anything I need to know, and especially what I should be doing. Anything I need to know and what I should be doing. So generality there. What is the thing, I would say the thing that she needs to know, and what is her best doing?
Okay. So I'm feeling the need to take some deep breaths, Anne. So it's about relaxing, not stressing so much. What can you share with Anne about what she should do? What would be an optimal choice for Anne in this time of chaos and confusion? Yeah, lots of breathing and relaxing, letting go of self-judgment. That's coming up really strongly. More self-love, Anne. It's more beingness. It's like you've been repressed and gosh, it's like you've got a sarcophagus around you is what I'm seeing. You're all blocked in. So you've got all this beautiful energy that's bubbling and trying to get out of this shell, but it's all blocked in the darkness in the sarcophagus. So there's something that's causing you to do that. There's something that it's feeling like it's connected to self-judgment, like you don't feel that what you bring to the table is important enough. And it's like you're being a little mouse and you're hiding for your own safety. Does that make sense, Anne?
Yes.
So how can you slowly step out of that space of fear and darkness? Just tiptoe out into the light. You don't have to leap, just a little step here and there. Is there anything that comes to mind for you that you might do differently from what you've been doing?
Probably what I think about.
So changing your thoughts.
Right.
But it's feeling like you're disconnected from the world, Anne, and you need to connect with the world in order to start expressing yourself. Because when you lock yourself away in that dark sarcophagus, that's where all the thoughts come and bring you down. Getting out into the light, just like vegetation, you need air and light and water to grow and thrive. So you've been depriving yourself of that. And it's like, it feels like punishment for some reason. I feel this energy of like a very strict disciplinarian, but you're doing it to you. Now you might have learned it from somebody else, but you are replicating that pattern. And now I'm seeing you like a butterfly, and your angels just came up to you and they attached a pair of butterfly wings to your back. And they're nudging you forward. Come on, Anne. Spread those wings. Move them around. Take a couple of steps. Test out your new wings and fly. Because that's what you can do. That awaits you if you choose to step into it.
Yeah, I think I've probably been very suppressed my whole life, so it's hard to imagine being like that.
It's a hard habit to break if it's a lifetime thing. Maybe you can get one or two friends to help you with it. Is that a possibility?
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm seeing you like three little girls, and they're reaching out their hands. Come on, Anne, let's go play on the playground. Let's get on the swings and let's get on the merry-go-round and just feel the wind in our hair as we spin around in joy and giggling. That's what's missing for you, Anne.
Yeah, I do realize that's missing.
So, and it doesn't have to be, literally going out on the playground and being silly, because that's going to be a hard transition for you. But one baby step at a time, and calling in your friends to help you do that. Share with them, listen, I've been living in this box too long. I'm ready to get out. How can you help me do that?
The other question I had was about relationship, personal relationship.
Mhm.
Is there any?
Is there one in particular that you're asking about, or are you asking if there is going to be one?
No, just in general, like even if it's worth pursuing it, anything like that.
Okay, so there is someone you're thinking of.
Oh, there isn't.
Okay. So would this be, oh, no, 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 immediately, no, no, no. Because Anne, you got to work on yourself, because what are you bringing to the table in a relationship?
Yeah,
It's almost like you're thinking a relationship is going to rescue you from this, doom and gloom. And no, you've got to take care of that first yourself. At least get it started. Let the light in so that you will be someone who is a great partner. Because when
yeah.
you're all locked up like that, what are you bringing to the table? Not very much.
Yeah, I know, the baggage. Yeah, and that's kind of what I thought, like it would be more of a distraction than a help. I mean, I wasn't looking to have somebody come in to fix my life for me.
Yeah,
But
that's
once in
good.
a while, I think maybe it would be nice to have a close relationship.
Yeah,
But then it also feels like I accept the no, because that's kind of what I'm thinking also. I guess I
yeah.
just,
So in the short term, don't worry about romantic relationships. You need to actually work on just relationships in general. Get
Yeah.
out there among people, start having fun, and organically you will find the relationship, because love does wait for you out there, Anne. You're not doomed or destined to be alone the rest of your life.
I mean, I'm okay pretty much with being alone. It doesn't really bother me.
Well, it doesn't bother you, but it's not letting you thrive. It's
Right.
holding you back. So if you really want to thrive, it's going to take you mustering up that courage and the gumption of just stepping outside that door occasionally, letting the light in.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
Much love
Thank
to
you.
you, Anne.
Thank you, Anne. Thank you so much. I so appreciate people muting themselves. Thank you, thank you. We're going to the other Sarah, that Sarah with an H, S-A-R-A-H. She said, what do I need to know about the extension to my contract that I have been offered? And Sarah, you feel free to unmute yourself. So what do I need to know about the extension to my contract that I have been offered?
Didn't we just do that? We had a
We
Sarah.
already did that one, yeah.
Yeah,
That's me. Yeah.
Did we do that one?
that was Sarah in
did.
England.
I'm in Ireland, but it's okay.
Ireland? Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you just did, mate.
I remembered the contract thing.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, disregard. I apologize for that.
That's okay.
Okay, thank you. Let's go on to Angela. And Angela, I'd like to know if my ancestors are trying to communicate with me through nature, and specifically from the red-tailed hawk that keeps visiting me every day.
Okay, so for Angela, is the red-tailed hawk that's visiting her ancestors? No, that's a messenger, Sarah. It's a messenger from your guides. So what is it about? It's about being more vigilant, like, the hawk's eyes. It's seen with more clarity. There's something that you haven't been seeing as it is. It's like an illusion. And the hawk is bringing you the message of connecting with your guides to let them help you see with more clarity. That's what it's about, Sarah. Angela, I'm sorry. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Angela,
it does.
good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, does that answer your question?
It does, yes. And I found one of his feathers on Thursday, and then I found a clear crystal quartz a few feet away from it, and I really felt like that was a message from my spirit guides that I've been asking just to let me know that they're around me, but I feel them and I know that they're there. But
that is
yeah.
so beautiful. And you asked and they delivered. How wonderful is that? Thank you for sharing that, Angela, because I think everybody needs that validation that they can ask those kinds of things and their guides will comply.
Yes, thank you so much.
And you know what's also about that, Angela? It's about the vision of the hawk, right? Because if you hadn't been using your clear vision, you might have missed those things.
Yes. Oh, I have goosebumps. Yes.
Yeah, me too. It's a call for everybody to open your eyes and be more vigilant, because your guides are bringing you these messages all the time. You just miss a lot of them.
Yes. Thank you.
It's beautiful. Thanks, Angela.
Angela,
Thank you.
would you share with Deborah how you found out about her, please?
Danielle Del Vecchio. I believe she worked with you recently, and she told me about you, and she just loves you. So I'm so happy. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. And of course, for everybody here, that's kind of a little reminder. Please share the word about these sessions, because that's my mission, to let more people know about this connection with their Akashic records and their guides, the love and the light, the soul expansion that's possible for you right now. And we need you right now. There's a call for the light workers to come forth. So help me spread the message. Let more people know about this. That
Yes.
would be a beautiful service we could all do to the world to lift us all up. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Spread the word for sure. The next question is from Kim. Kim, feel free to unmute yourself. She said, thank you for doing this. I have asked to be shown my purpose. Am I on track? Any idea on how to get my husband to believe that everything is energy and believe the law of attraction? So there's two questions there. The first one, it has to do with her purpose, and is she on track?
Okay, so for Kim, is she on track with her purpose? I'm getting a kind of a somewhat, but not totally. There needs to be a little more tweaking there. So are you feeling drawn to certain things that you haven't followed up with?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out what to do with work. I have 3 part-time jobs. I like them all. I love to be with people. I feel kind of lost, and I'm not sure which way to go, if they have any help with that.
So for Kim, she's got these 3 jobs. Are any of those jobs in alignment with her purpose? Yes. Okay. Are all of them in alignment with her purpose? No. Is more than one in alignment? No. So only one of them is really in alignment, Kim. So this is an invitation for you, now that you've asked the question, to feel your way through your solar plexus. When you think about each of these jobs, which one is the one that just lights you up and you are excited about it? That's the choice. That's the path.
Okay, I seem to like them all. So I'll just have to work on that, I guess.
Yeah, well, liking them is different from lighting you up and this excitement. You will feel something inside pulling you towards one over the other that is leading you towards your greater purpose. Because no job is really your purpose. Your purpose is to get out there, expand your consciousness, have a really good time, and do what feeds your soul. So would any of these jobs qualify as feeding your soul?
I feel like all of them. I really enjoy working, and I am always with people in all of my jobs, and I enjoy the people contact.
Well, maybe it's just the definition then. So what feeds your soul, Kim, is something that just feels like pure bliss. It's the highest level of peace, serenity, love, and light you can achieve. That's when you're on your purpose, you feel that bliss. That's what I feel when I'm sharing these messages with you. So it could be that you just have lower expectations and you haven't quite figured out yet that there's still more out there for you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Kim. Hang on just a minute, let me mute. Okay, Marlene is next. and this is around the physicality. 18 months ago, she had a lumpectomy. Is there any insight available about the learning this provides for me now? And are there any health-oriented practices that would benefit me? So is there any insight available about the learning this process, this provides for me now in relationship to the health?
Okay. So what can you tell Marlene about her experience with the lumpectomy? Well, they're clapping and patting you on the back and saying, good job taking action, because that's part of what was going on there. You can't ignore these things, you know, like in our life, these unpleasant, uncomfortable, unhealthy things will pop up. And if we ignore them, they expand and they become harmful. But if we pay attention and we take action to do something about it, then that will put us on track to move forward and to do whatever the next thing is that we want to do. They're like stumbling blocks. I don't know, does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
And are there any health-oriented practices that would benefit her?
Okay. Any health-oriented practices that would be beneficial for Marlene right now? I'm seeing you walking, and you, it's so cute, Marlene. You've got the headband on, and you got the wristbands, and you got the weights in your hand, the sneakers, and the, you know, the fuzzy socks, and you're just really striding out there. You're walking with purpose and a smile and determination on your face. And I think there's a bigger message there about your path in life. It's not just literally you walking, but that's all connected to where you're going and what's happening for you.
Yes, walking is a very important part of what I do every day. So
awesome.
I will add the frizzies with it.
Well, I think that's also about having fun with it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, and as of course being out in nature and appreciating and just deep breathing as you bring in the aroma of the world and what nature is sharing with us. So it's just bringing those elements of joy and excitement to what you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, because that it's feeling like that when you do that, it's interjecting or injecting you rather with more vital force energy. It's bringing the level up. It's like filling your tank.
Yes.
Yeah.
I experience that when I walk.
That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
thank you for
very
sharing that for everybody to hear. That's really wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marlene. And I just want to say thank everyone for being concise with their questions. And we're taking the questions in order based on when people put them in. And I think it's timing. You know, the earlier you get here and you put your questions in, we're going by that. If somebody puts multiple questions, then we'll put you, I'll move you after the others so that be fair to everyone. So Beth is the next. So Beth, you may unmute yourself. They're related questions, two related questions. What is the best way to get in touch with her guides and the best way to restart her business?
Okay, so for Beth, what can she do to deepen her connection with you? Oh, and I'm feeling you taking these big, deep breaths, Beth.
Oh my gosh, yes, I just was.
Yeah, it's about not trying so hard. It's about just breathing and relaxing into it because you're already connected. They're already there. And then it's about taking that little ego and putting it on the shelf while you're connecting with guides. Don't let that ego distract you because it will. So thank you. You can sit down over here for now. I'm having a conversation with my guides right now, and I'll get back to you later. So be in that space and then take whatever comes, no matter how small or large. Record it, appreciate it, ask for more because it will expand. But then also be kind to yourself because, you know, we can expect a lot, but it's important that we accept a little because we are building that muscle and it does take time. You know, I didn't jump from seeing the purple blob to having dialogue with my guides in a couple of days. It's been a few years. And truly, it really started expanding a year and a half ago, I think it is now, when I started doing these sessions. Now, this is massive practice, right? And it's also putting, and this is a bigger message for you, Beth, it's scary to put yourself out here like this, because what if the messages don't come? What are you going to do? But you go forward in faith, knowing it is there and it will come, and you keep doing it and it expands. So my gift is like, oh my gosh, it's 10 times magnified since I started doing these sessions. I can go back and look at the early ones, and such a difference in the quality and the volume of what comes through and the speed. So all of that can evolve for you. Just practice. So it's like they're encouraging you. They're throwing out the rug, the red carpet. Come on, Beth, here you go. Let's get on the red carpet. Let's get you out there doing more of this, being more visible.
Well, you know that's what I'm trying to do. So it's just kind of heightening that message. So that's awesome.
Yeah. And they wouldn't be giving you all green lights, all systems go, unless you were ready for it.
I definitely am.
Yeah. Does that help?
Yes, absolutely.
Anything else?
Just basically the best ways to restart my business. And, you know, part of it is being able to read people. Although in a different way through people's lip prints, but yes, it is reading people.
Well, there's something about that. You know, some of us, our gift is that we read energy, and we can pick up a lot of information from people. But if I said to you, you read energy, you might get a picture in your head like, oh, that means when I look at people, I should see their aura, or I should see whatever. And that's putting a judgment on how you read energy. Yeah, when in fact, you're probably not reading it with your eyes, you're feeling it with your solar plexus, all of your senses. So you're getting all of these sentient and cognizant hits, and that's filtering through, and then you're translating that in addition to the lips, because it's more than just the lips. You're bringing in more elements.
Thanks, Deborah.
Yeah,
appreciate it, and it's great to see you.
Likewise. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Beth. Next one is Carol, and Beth, thank you for muting yourself. Carol.
Hi, Deborah.
Hi, great to see you.
Thank you. How is your dog?
You know, I think she's like 98% at this point. It's amazing. She can even get up and down by herself now. Carol sent love and Reiki to Sapphire when she was ill with Lyme disease.
I love doing that. I have a brown 2-foot bear that I do that for lots of people, animals all over the world, at least all over the US, sometimes over. And I know, all I know is my hands get really hot and I visualize, and you told us what she looked like, and it was like, yeah, it's going to take a while, but I knew she would get better. Thanks for the feedback.
Yeah, she was flat out. She couldn't even raise her head. I thought we were going to have to call the vet.
Oh,
you know, it's
well, I'm so pleased that that's happened.
Thank you.
And Carol, I am enticed by your question, by the way. It has to do with, should she continue with working with her spiritual teacher, the relationship that ended over 30 years ago?
Well, he's no longer on the earth. I guess I could contact him in spirit, but I'm taking a theosophy, astrology, intuitive tarot reading course in this kind of format that you're doing. And she said, you need to continue that work. And I'm going, ah! And I want to, but I'm not sure what to do. I finally gotten that, yes, I'm enough. And if I allow spirit to come through me, I will give what is needed, but I'm not quite sure what road to take. There are many roads in front of me.
Yeah. So it's like you've been hiding your light under a bushel.
Well, that's what I get. And I want to take the bushel off, and I'm also scared out of my mind. But hey.
So, you know, now is actually a perfect time for you to do this, Carol,
Right.
because everybody's doing Zoom. So get 3, 4, 5 friends on Zoom and just do it with them like we're doing now.
Okay.
That will help you build the confidence. Again, put the ego aside. Ego has no part in this process. It will hold you back. And know that you have this divine gift. And it's there for you to use it if you choose. You don't have to, you know, create.
Well, I think that's what I'm here for. I'm a 33 life path number. I know you know what that means. So that's one reason why my teacher took me on, because it's like, oh boy, okay. And I have only met like 2 other people that have that. So it's not that common. But, you know, if we've been given gifts and strengths, we need to use them for the benefit of others. And
well, with the caveat though, it's got to always be for you first. It's always about you first. If you go into it like, oh, I have to give this gift to other people, it's the wrong energy. What happens is you are so filled with love, light, and joy by what you are doing that overflows onto other people. So it's not like you're telling yourself it's a responsibility. That's a different energy. It's love and light that's flowing as a gift in out of joy, right?
Okay.
So shift into that space. No obligation, because that's the wrong karma.
Okay.
It's just freely giving, because you can't stop yourself. It's just flowing.
Well, sure. I mean, I'm doing that with what I call my Reiki bear, like I did for your dog, and that was no big deal. I'm just using that as an example. I do that all the time. Michael Warner, who's on this call, gave me my master practitioner, and I'm going to be doing pranic healing, which he also does, the training in July. I can hardly wait. So
that's exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting.
Just pick the things that light you up and feel so wonderful and do more of those. But get more people involved. Don't be afraid to do that.
Got it.
Put it out there. Let people experience the gift, because when you do that, Carol, there's this energetic feedback loop that happens. As you're sending it out, you're getting validation from them that they received it. And that comes back to you. That's what we all need to feed our soul. We need that feedback loop.
Thank you for the gifts.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
One more thing I want to share with you, Carol. You're just a late bloomer. I'm a late bloomer. I didn't get to this till my 50s.
Absolutely, I'm a late bloomer.
It's like, well, thank goodness we finally got there.
Amen.
It's just celebrate and move forward with it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll mute myself.
Thanks for coming.
And I do apologize to Mike Wanner, because I believe that I thought that what he put the front was just greetings to everybody. I'd like to hear anything they wish to share. I didn't realize that was his question. So Mike, go ahead and unmute yourself. He would like to know anything they wish to share with him today.
Okay, thanks for being here, Mike. He's my biggest fan, you guys. Mike is always here supporting me.
I try.
Yes, you do. You're amazing, and I love it. So grateful. So what would you like to share with Mike today? I'm hearing zippity doo-dah, Mike. More celebration. So they're just so happy to see you stepping forward and expanding into your path and journey, because you have added more skills and you're just sharing them in such a lovely light. It's effervescent is what I'm feeling, very effervescent. And it's just gentle. It's what the world needs right now. It's like balm. It's very soothing. And so just more of that. I mean, it's like, Mike, just keep going and have more fun with it. Right?
Right.
There's like, celebrate Mike. They're showing me you're swinging your butt, Mike.
And I would like to say, Mike, that there is a reason why I overlooked yours as being a question to begin with. So they wanted this to be full before we brought you into it, because you have so much to offer. The guides wanted you to be in the middle so everyone could have exposure to you. So that's my take.
Thank you. Thank you both.
Beautiful. Thanks for being here, Mike. I really appreciate
Always
you.
my pleasure. I always learn something from you, no matter what's going on. God bless.
Thank you.
The next is Denise. Denise, you may unmute yourself. Generally, what do my guides have to say to me? And specifically, what relationship advice do they have for me? So generality, and then specifically relationship.
Okay. So for Denise, what would you like to share with her today? I'm seeing oranges, or no, they're tangerines. They're smaller, they're tangerines. So I don't know if tangerines are meaningful to you or not, Denise.
No clue what that means.
So if it's not meaningful, then probably it has something to do with your sacral chakra. So it's about you stepping forward into your divine feminine power. It's an invitation. Whatever it is that you've been thinking about, wondering about, step into it. Don't let ego hold you back. Because if you're inspired and your soul is saying, oh, come on, Denise, let's do this already, then go. Just fly. Fly into it and embrace it, because it will bring you so much joy and satisfaction. You know, this is not the time to play small. It's time to step forward and go for the gusto. And that's what that power of the sacral chakra is all about. Does that make sense?
None. I really don't. I haven't, there isn't anything specific that I've been even playing with in my mind.
Okay. So there's something there that's waiting to come forward. So are you happy in what you're doing in life?
I would say, yeah, I enjoy teaching. I teach.
But there's more. It's not enough. That's why this is coming. It's like, okay, you've settled into this nice little space and it's comfortable, it's satisfying, but your soul didn't come here to be comfortable and satisfied. It came to fly and go whee and just hair in the wind and having a great time. That's missing. And that's the power that's in that sacral chakra. It's like, let's rev the engine and take this up a notch. And that doesn't mean for you, Denise, that you stop teaching because you love it. It just means there's another element that your soul wants to introduce into the picture. So if there's anything out there that you've ever thought about doing, and then you maybe dismissed it and said, oh no, you know, that's not for me, or I can't, anything like that, it's time to reevaluate, because they're calling you to step up. You didn't come here as a soul to just be okay and get along.
Right.
No, it's like they're showing me your life and it's all just a level line. And you came to move up, to keep going up, and then you hit a plateau and then you move up again. Excuse me. So there's a lot more exuberance waiting for you that you haven't experienced yet. And they want you to have that because they want to experience it with you.
Okay. Will they guide me then? Put it in front of me, make it so that it's a clear message so that I understand where I need to go, what I need to do?
You tell them that's what you would like, because you get to set the rules.
All right.
And they will. So now you need to be like the hawk, right? Looking around and watching for those signs. And when you see them, take fast action.
Okay.
That's how to get to that next level. Because when they bring it to you, it's important. So if you say, oh, that's interesting, but not right now, you're delaying your own journey, your own joy. So it's about taking faster action when you become aware.
Okay.
And there was something about a relationship too?
Yeah, do they have any specific advice relationship-wise?
Okay, what can you tell Denise about relationships? I'm seeing you holding hands. And it's not like a romantic holding of hands. It's like there's a conflict there. It's almost like a begrudging feeling that's coming with it. So that's probably a relationship that's not in your highest and best. It's there, but it's more like it's old and tired and maybe ready to move on, or at least change it in some way. It's not serving you in the way that it is. Do you know what they're talking about?
Kind of, I think. I've really been working on me, and as a result, I mean, it affects the relationship.
Yeah, it will, because your energy shifts and that other person either has to shift or leave. They can't stay the same.
So am I moving in the right direction?
Okay. Is Denise moving in the right direction for her purpose? Yeah. Yeah. And it feels like you're aware of this friction in the relationship. You wouldn't be aware of it if you weren't going in the right direction, because you wouldn't have even been awake enough to notice it. So the fact that you are starting to awaken and you're more intuitive about these things, that's fabulous. More of that. Pay attention to that. Write that down. All these little things that you notice in the moment that don't seem all that big a deal, and yet you noticed them for a reason, right? It's like you're walking along a path and you see something, looks like it could be an emerald, but then you think, oh, no, it's just a green rock, no big deal. Okay, well, that was an emerald from your guides. That was a big message. And you dismissed it because your ego said, no, you're making that up. It's just a rock. That happens to us all the time. And once we tune more into that, we realize, oh, I feel a difference when I notice those kinds of things. It's like I was attracted to look at that for some reason. So then I should go explore it and see if there's something more to be learned. So it's almost like a treasure hunt for your messages, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And bring that joy and that excitement to it, and then you'll get more, because that shifts your energy more into that space of receiving insight.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Denise. The next one up is Isle, A-Y-L. Is it how I say the name? Isle?
Oh, I think it's Isla.
Isla?
Yes, Isla. Thank you.
Hi.
How are you?
The question, the questions have to do, it relates around business partners. Her first question had to do with finding partners this summer, but then the second question, I believe, relates to that, because it has to do with a potential customer in Boston providing income from her. The name starts with an A or J. So I believe they relate.
Okay.
The question is more like if someone or a customer, this is a farmer that comes from Boston, has a real serious intent to work with us and they will provide what we really need, or they are going to hugely discount us and not going to be a good partner with us.
Okay. So is this potential Boston partner, is this an optimal partner for Isla to move forward with her business? I'm getting a no on that, Isla. Sorry. It's like he's a big time waster. Just hot air, no substance.
I see. Any message then for my guys for me now?
Okay. So what would you like to share with Isla? Well, they're jumping up and down and celebrating with you. And it's like, wahoo! And they're encouraging you. You've been working so hard and you've had this big breakthrough. So it's like, I'm seeing you lying on this raft in the water and just being and relaxing, floating, letting the sun shine on you, because you've been driving yourself so hard. You need to renew, need to recharge those batteries. More self-care is what they're calling for, because you could take that break and you'll come back renewed and refreshed, and then you'll be able to dive in again and take your business to that next notch. So maybe that's the reason this potential partner is not a good match, because you needed that break. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Everybody give a big hand to Isla, because she has had this major breakthrough with her business, and she's doing, what is it you're doing? Remind me.
We grow with a team human heart tissues for drug screening and identification of the toxicology of drugs, and also development of precision medicine. So people in the future could not be tried on, they can actually try their hearts in the preclinical through our technology without the actual drugs given to their mouths. So it is really good for the human. And also the drug toxicity is no longer will be an issue if they start using the technologies like this. Right now, it is a big concern for many drugs have side effects to the heart.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so exciting. And she got this, was it a grant that you got? Some kind of financial?
No, not the grant. I am a finalist with my team in Boston. That means they honor the technology, and technology is significant impact to the society and humanity.
Okay.
But
So
we still don't have funding.
Okay.
So this might be, bring some kind of funding opportunities to us so we can keep continue.
Yeah, so that's important. So what they're saying is that's what's going on with the funding. You are trying so hard, and in the trying so hard, there's resistance in there because you're pushing against it, right? It needs to be more flow, Isla. That's why you need to take that time, the self-care and the relaxing, to get back into that state of flow. Allow the universe to bring that funding to you because it's out there. It's knocking on the door waiting to get in, but you haven't opened those doors yet because you've been so laser focused on trying to force this through.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So excited for you. Thank you for all the wonderful work you're doing.
Thank you for your work. It is my inspiration as well. Thank you.
The next person is Eileen, who's inspired and writing a new book on ending manipulation. To be of greatest service, what is the best point to emphasize about ending manipulation on a personal and societal level?
Great question, Eileen. Okay.
Thank you.
So what can you tell Eileen about ending manipulation? What is the optimal message that will just get right to the heart of it and have massive impact? Oh yeah, as I said that, it's like, oh, stab in the heart, right? Yeah, and leading people around by their noses, they're showing me that. So they're building up to it, Eileen. That's a little manipulation, isn't it? They just gave me a demonstration. That's what that was for. Okay, so what's the real message? Let's get to the chase here. What is the optimal message? Oh, so they're saying, I'm seeing you, Eileen, with words are coming out of your mouth, but they're actually like gems or crystals. And as each one drops out, it's this gem and this crystal. So they're saying you are connected. And when you make that connection, allow it to flow from you and trust the words because they're already there. You've already got them.
Great.
That's what it is. So they don't need to iterate it now. And what they're saying is you've got it in rough form, and it's like you polish those gemstones because they were raw. So you're polishing them into the best message. But it's your creation, so they're not going to tell you the words. They want you to create them and be responsible and bring them out into the world.
All right, I'm willing to do that. Thank you.
Because if they actually gave you the words, then it's not the same thing. It's like almost like that whole puppet thing where we don't have free choice, right? So they're helping you. They're giving you the raw material, but it's up to you to polish it, bring it out, and feel your way through it. Don't think your way through it. When you're doing those words, just go into a meditative state, feel through your solar plexus, and just allow it to come right up through your heart chakra, through your throat chakra, and right out your mouth like those gemstones. That's what they want you to do. And when you get into that energy, you're going to feel it, and it's just going to come flowing right out.
Yeah, it does. It does. I just wondered if there was anything else that I might need to emphasize or might benefit to emphasize. That's all.
So is there anything else you wanted to interject for Eileen? Maybe even some encouragement would be nice. Yeah, they're gearing up for something. I'm seeing them stirring the pot. Okay, stirring the pot. They're stirring the pot, bringing all of the raw material together. Yeah, and now it's reducing. The liquid is reducing as you're stirring the pot, and then you're continuing to care for it and nurture it. It's reducing. And then at the bottom is this big hunk of gold. And now it's morphing into a diamond. So it's really powerful. It's important. And it's a matter of going through that distilling process.
All right.
And
I've been doing that for 40 years.
So you're an expert. But they're encouraging you to take it to the next level. That's what it's about. And again, like with Isla, don't try so hard, because when you try so hard, you're blocking it. You just want to be in that flow. And it's almost like I'm seeing you handwriting rather than typing for some reason. As you're writing, it's like you go into this automatic writing state, and words will come out on the paper, and then you can sit back, gobsmacked, because, oh my gosh, those are the most perfect, beautiful words. And I didn't write them. Where did they come from? That's what they're wanting you to tap into.
Okay. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I like doing that.
Because that's channeling.
Yes.
So you've got this natural channeling ability. It's just a matter of practicing it so that you can call upon it anytime you want. It doesn't have to just happen accidentally. You can actually intentionally, just like we're doing now, you can intentionally make that connection. You might need to do a short meditation just to put you in that energetic state, and then just start writing. And in the beginning, what comes out might be gobbledygook, and that's okay. Just trust the process and keep going.
Actually, for a while, this would be my second book, and for a while, anytime I write, I do type very fast, and anytime I write, it's like the words are just falling into my fingers. And so, but I think meditation would assist that too. So, but
yeah, always. Yeah,
I do write that way.
It shifts your energy a little bit so that you're in a more receptive state.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Because for you, Eileen, it's like turning on the faucet, turning the tap and letting it flow. And then when you're done, you can turn the tap off. You don't, because the thing is, for some people, they're afraid to use their channel. They're afraid that it will take over their lives. They won't be able to control it. And the truth is, you are a free choice soul. So you can turn that tap off anytime you like. It's just like those people who get woken up in the middle of the night with these messages. I always ask them, do you like waking up at 3:30 in the morning? Well, if you don't, then say to your guides, please schedule this at 10 a.m. when I'm awake and I can get it. And they will. You know, they don't want to interfere with your life in a negative way. So it's you being the authority in your life and you setting the boundaries, even with your guides. How amazing is that?
Yes, well, that's very helpful. Thank you so much, Deborah. I appreciate it.
Thanks for being
here. And if I can just tag on to that, Eileen, one of the things that has been helpful to me is I get 2 glasses of water. And I drink 1 glass of water before I begin. Don't guzzle it down, but take that time. And I have my own mantra that I say to open up my mind and my body in order to hear and to allow. And that has been wonderful. The two waters and creating that short mantra that helps me do that.
Will you share the mantra, please?
In this time, in this moment, I am opening my mind and my body to allow and to listen. What is in the best interest, and what may I speak today?
Thank you. It's beautiful.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Donna.
Anna.
Cat W is next. So Cat W, you may unmute yourself. And it's 2 questions. She's working really diligently to give us a short question, but there's actually 2 questions in this one.
Sorry.
I laugh. What do my guides have to tell me about my love interest / direction of my work? So it's like my love interest, and then my other question has to do with direction of my work.
Well, the work could be also love, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah, I guess, yes.
I mean, I love my work, but the work direction is more, getting my work seen, because I'm a photographer, and through all this COVID stuff, I realized that I need to focus more on the fine art aspects and getting all of that out in the world. And it's just hard getting seen as a woman and all that other stuff. So,
Yeah.
That was that question.
So what do you have to tell Kat about the relationship? We'll start there. I'm feeling the boat rocking, like this is a rocky relationship. It's like you want it to be solid and steady, but it just keeps moving, and it's almost like a moving target that you're chasing, and you just can't ever seem to get to that centered, happy space. Does that make sense?
I'm trying to figure out how to interpret that. Not really, but what I did do was I've been working really hard on getting rid of all my limited beliefs and getting rid of all the baggage or whatever that's carried on from past lives or all of that, to clear out the space. And for a long time I was hiding myself, and so I lifted all of that, and then it's like every single ex-boyfriend that I've ever had or anything else has like come into my life. But I also have pulled in or met someone who is incredible, and I can recognize him for whatever it is, and he can see me also. But it's just kind of it's a slow start, which is great. I know that that's part of the journey. I just don't know. And he treats me really well, which is a huge difference from all the other people in the past. So I don't know. It just, I'm always just trying to figure out. I know that there's something there that he's got to work through, and I don't know what that is.
So while you were talking, I'm hearing, Michael, row the boat ashore. So you're in this boat and you're out in the ocean, which is a separation, right? It's keeping you separated from that relationship that's on land. Why would you want to be separated? Is there fear from, past things or even past lives that's holding you back?
There's nothing that's holding me back, but I just want to, and I know that this sounds stupid, but it's like from my solar plexus gut, when you see that person, that this is one of your soulmates in life. And so, but it's just, I just sense that there's something that, and I know that he saw it in me too. There's just something I think that he's got to work through. I don't know what it is. Some cleaning up that he needs to do, and I don't know what that is. And so I just wait patiently for the whole thing to.
Okay, so that makes sense. That's
go a little faster.
This whole thing, when you come together and you have that aha moment, and it's like, my soulmate. There is so much baggage attached to the concept of soulmate. You put all these expectations on the relationship, and it's like, whoa, that's the way to sink the boat. You threw this big rock in it and bam, down to the bottom. So instead of focusing on that, just enjoy it, flow with it, because that's where you're on this boat and it's rocking. You can't get it to that steady place because you're putting this preconceived notion on the relationship of what it should be, rather than allowing it to organically evolve into what it wants to be, what the two of you are going to create together. Let all that go if you can. Just have a good time, relax and enjoy it. So you can bring your boat into shore. It's safe to dock the boat.
Right.
Let him get in the boat with you. Allow this just to evolve rather than tunnel vision. This is what it should and must be. Because that just sucks all the life and joy out of it.
Yeah, I don't think that I have any tunnel vision. I'm a super, super open person, and I don't have any expectations on this is what it should be. It's just, he's more the captain of the boat on this, and so I'm just watching it to see how it evolves. It's interesting, but I always wonder,
Well, let's just ask if it's an optimal long-term relationship. We'll cut to the chase with that. So for Kat, is this new guy an optimal long-term relationship? Yeah, all the pieces are there. It's just relax into it and have a really good time.
Okay, thank you.
It's just a fear of trusting it. It's like, can I really trust my gut? Did I really feel what I think I felt? You did.
Well, but also I think for my thing in this life, because of abusive relationships with my parents, my mom, and so on and so forth, I did a really good job of hiding myself. And so I've done a lot of work on unhiding myself and allowing myself to be. And then that's why, I pull in a million people, but it's learning about the proper boundaries and everything else. So yeah, it's kind of fun.
So when you isolate yourself in the ocean in a little boat, you don't have to worry about boundaries, right?
Yeah, exactly. exactly.
Yeah.
So I wrote that boat ashore, but
exactly.
there are a lot of people there.
Row the boat ashore because you've done the work. Now you're ready to get out there and test it. Sure, there's going to be more tweaking to do and more healing and more layers, because we heal in layers.
Right.
More flow and relaxing into it and less stress about it. Okay,
Perfect. And so with my work, it's the same. I guess those are kind of tied into each other because it's, as photography, I'm always kind of hidden, and I now want to be seen. So it's kind of like a nice metaphor with everybody, but it's like, how do I get my work out there? I have a ton of followers and stuff on Instagram, but it's like, I want to be able to get my work in front of like the top editors and museum curators, and I want to be able to get to that level, or a newspaper or whatever.
So I'm hearing influencer. Is there anybody you know, or that someone you know knows, that could make a connection for you? Because those things, if you get a personal introduction, that's the way to cut to the chase and get in there and move forward.
Yeah, I think so. It's so funny, that word influencer. I mean, that's what people will call me because the amount of my followers, but it's like, I don't really want to exist in that world so much. I want to be on a more authentic level. But
how are you going to get seen by these big people if they don't
exactly
know who you are,
but
right?
I think that but the people, for anybody I reach out to that has already made those connections, they're not willing to share those because they want to keep them for themselves. At this point, that's a very competitive, difficult thing to get into for exactly where I have my eyes on.
So that's your story. If you keep telling that story, that's the way it's going to continue to be, right? You are creating your reality every day with your words. We all are. So it's being more conscious of our words. Now, look around, make friends with somebody who has the potential to introduce you to somebody. We have that ability thanks to the internet, which is amazing. We could have never done this years ago. So
right.
It's looking around, maybe finding a couple people that you start following and maybe commenting, sending them, maybe they get to see some of your stuff, whatever you are inspired to do. But it's a matter of reaching out and connecting with those people who've got the connections. Either that or you hire an agent to do it. I mean, you could always go that route.
Or is it, is it also connecting with the people who are the decision makers? It's like those are the people now that I need to get in front of.
Okay. Yeah. Whoever you need to get in front of, you got to figure out who they are or who knows them that would be willing to connect you.
Okay.
So it's really so much of this kind of thing, it relies on that sort of networking. It's getting to know those people, getting on their radar. And if you
that's what I've been trying to do. I mean, with the people I know who are doing work with them, as I said, I've reached out. I said, can we go have coffee? How did you get into that? And they go, oh, the answer is, I'm too busy for coffee. And they just came to me. Well, no, these people don't just come to you.
Yeah. Well, okay. So what they've done is they've closed the door. They're not your
Right.
person. Keep going. There's a lot more doors
Okay.
out there. But if you have it in your mind that they're all going to say that, then they all will say that. You
Okay.
won't attract the ones who will. Instead, shift your perception that there are people out there who are going to love my work so much that they're going to be excited to introduce me to a connected person
Okay.
who will show my work to the world.
Okay.
That needs to be the mindset that you're working on, because there are people like that out there.
Okay.
Since you brought in the mindset word, it just triggered me. So I have to say, you're a photographer, Kat, and businesses are pivoting from brick and mortar to online to thrive, and they need upscale photos that are not stock photos. So I think there's probably a middle ground for you where you can get your photographs on websites, so that helps to expand your market. That's my thought.
Yeah, that's what I have done obviously during the COVID thing, because doing the commercial photography, I do the commercial and the fine art, and doing the commercial photography, all of that was postponed, obviously, because you can't be doing a big shoot. And so I switched to getting a lot of my brick and mortar clients. I created their websites for them. I do the high-end photos just from my house or whatever. And yeah, so I have been doing that. And so I do have that part of my business going. I would like to expand more of that, because that's also a nice little stream of income. It's just, I realized that the fine art part that I did for a while, and I put on hold to do all the commercial work, I really should have been paying attention to it and doing that more and getting out into the galleries more. And therefore, then I would have books and maybe writing as part of it and all of that. So anyway, yes. Do my guys have any direction for me at all? Or is it that I keep looking for my hawk?
I'm not sure what you mean about that.
Well, you know how the woman earlier had seen a hawk. I mean, I don't see hawks. So
No, not everybody does. No, signs come in all different forms. Yours could
right.
come in the form of a skunk, or whatever's around you. They'll take advantage of whatever they've got. But it's just being aware of when something comes into your awareness, and there's like a ping moment where you notice it more than you notice other things that are mundane.
Okay.
So it's being present to that, making note of it, then maybe Googling to see what's the symbolism of that, because there's usually a greater message.
Okay.
And they're working really hard to get these through to you. So it's more of you taking the responsibility of being present and then taking action. And also being aware of those words, speak what you want into reality. Let's not talk about what you don't want or what you think you can't have, because that shuts all those doors on you.
The words you choose set yourself up for either success or failure.
Okay. That's a good mantra right there. So do they have a specific message for me at all, or no?
Listen to your words.
Okay.
It's a habit that will take a while for you to develop it into a good skill.
Okay.
Once you get there, everything will shift.
Okay.
Thank you, Kat.
Thank you.
The next is ELLAH. How do I pronounce that? ELLA. Ella?
Yes.
Ella. Ella says, what is my financial insight in the short and long terms in relationship to sustainable earnings and the balance of our money and wealth sector? So it has to be financial.
Okay, so what can you tell Ella about financial balance? Yeah, I'm seeing the scale with the coins piled up on one side and bills on the other, and you're looking for that balance. So it's a matter of focus. And what else? So she's focusing on the scale, but then what does she do with it? Oh, it's you oh, okay. They want you to pile up all of the assets, metaphorically speaking. It's like taking inventory of all of your assets and seeing what you already have, being in that state of gratitude for what you already have. You don't want to look at the scales and see, oh, well, this side is too low and it should be higher, because you're looking at what you don't want or what you think is a problem, rather than looking at the beauty of all of the abundance you already do have. So they're really calling you, Ella, to focus more on that abundance. And as you're gazing upon it, I'm seeing that pile of coins growing, because you're sending positive feelings towards it. You're reveling, which opens the doors for the universe to bring more abundance to you. Does that help?
Yes, it does. Because I think I asked that specifically because before I got on this call, I got an email saying I didn't get a job and I was really hoping on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt deflated.
Yeah, that just means it was the wrong job, right?
Yeah, true.
When you're an energetic match, it will come through. But meanwhile, what it feels like, while you're looking for a job, also be looking around for ways that you can create abundance in your life without a job. Because there are so many opportunities out there. And it's, again, it's about feeling your way through those things that bring you joy. You know, whether it's crafts or, you know, something that you create, or, you know, connecting with people. There are just so many things. It's you honing in on what brings you the most joy. Because when you get into that state, the energy is just like blasting forth from you. So positive, and it's magnetically drawing to you more of the same.
Yes. I can actually relate with that, bringing me more joy, because anytime I tap into that, I really, even with the things that are not really working, I don't notice them as much. I don't concentrate on them, and I'm able to exist in a happier state.
Yes, and that's wise to do that all the time. Whenever you find yourself focusing on the unwanted and the unhappy, you're creating more of that. So as soon as you become aware of it, you shift your thoughts immediately into the positive, which will then attract more of that to you. Because, you know, I don't know if you follow Abraham, but Abraham says, you know, you focus on something for 17 seconds and you've shifted it. But if you've already focused on something negative, now you need to counteract that with the positive and stay in that mode to erase it so it doesn't come to be, whatever that negative thing was.
Yeah. Okay. And then also I had a question about moving. I'm moving in August, and I'd like to know if that house is ideal for me in the short term.
Okay.
Because I'm hoping maybe in the next year I'll be able to get my own place, but yeah, for rental now.
Okay. So the home that Ella is considering for August, is that optimal as a short-term home for her? Yeah, it feels very smooth, very tranquil. Good choice.
Thank you. Thank you. I saw it yesterday, and that's how I actually felt.
That's wonderful. Yeah, so that was your intuition. Now you know what it feels like. Pay attention.
Yeah.
You're going to get more.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Arla. And
Thank
next
you.
one is Karen with a C. And this is around a recurring pattern. I'm currently in abuse from people in positions of power and authority. I've done some clearing around this over the years, but would like to clear it more completely. How do I do that? What else do I need? What do I need to be aware of to shift it? And then there's one other question that I'll hold until you do that one.
So what can you tell Karen about this pattern of abuse? How can she shift out of it? So I'm seeing you lying flat on the ground, Karen, and your guides are reaching out to you and they're saying, Karen, if you don't want to be abused, you have to stand up and stop letting people walk all over you. So that's the first thing. It's the awareness that you've put yourself in that position and you have the power to change it. So allow your guides to grab you, you know, by each elbow and lift you up. In fact, they're going to lift you so that you're actually above the ground. You're going to be levitating for a little bit because they want you to feel that free flowing energy. They don't want you to feel bound by anything for a bit. So some meditation for you, Karen, to see that would be really helpful. And just allow yourself to feel that energy of being light and held up by your guides and angels. As cradle yourself as if you are your own baby, and just love and light and that beautiful rocking is what I'm feeling. If you can get into that energy, and then when you come out of the meditation, try and stay in that energy as much as you can. So you may have to go back and do meditation more frequently to keep that going. But the more you can stay in that energy, the faster you're going to get out of that abuse pattern. And then it's a matter of, now they've given you this elevation so that you can get the big picture. You can look down now and review your life choices and experiences, and you get greater clarity about where you were allowing the abuse to come in, because it's all about choices we made. We allow it, we attract it. Once we understand how we're doing that, then we stop doing that. We change our patterns, behaviors, and choices. They're wanting to help you lift up and get that big picture to see where the issues are so that you can do your cleaning. You can clean house and sweep away all that detritus, all that abuse. Get it out of there. It doesn't serve you. It's your old life. You're stepping into this sparkling new abode, and I'm seeing you with these beautiful marble tile floors. You've really leveled up here, Karen. So that's what's there for you when you step out of that victim energy into the next place that your soul is yearning to go. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
And then the other question actually is the answer, because it is that she has a long-standing cough, and how can she clear that? And it's absolutely came to me so strongly that simply you have to voice, you have to stand up and take your own power rather than being the victim. It's you're not saying, you're not opening up your mouth. There's something you have to say and you're not voicing it. That's what the cough is.
Yeah, that makes sense. Although I have spoken up, especially to this person that's just suddenly decided to exert her authority. And I have spoken up and confronted her, not in an antagonistic way, but just to say, hang on, you know, what's the issue? What's the problem? But yeah, it still needs some work on it.
Did you notice a shift in the cough after you spoke up?
No, this cough is intermittent, and the word that I associate with it is irritation, which is interesting that this recent pattern that's just cropped up again is also, I'm now irritated by it happening again, and it's just that the word is obviously significant there. I need to shift that. But
yeah, so that's really good intuition from you. So
yeah,
now you know that what that feels like. Use that more, because we're all being called to be more mindful of our intuition and use it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Does that help?
Yes, yeah. I mean, it's what you've said is what I already know. It's just that that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
But there's obviously something I'm missing somewhere, or you know, I've not done enough of it to help the shift happen.
Well, sometimes it's just you needed the validation that, yeah, what I'm doing is right. So now you can step into it even more deeply with more conviction and more energy.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like putting the icing on the cake, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Karen.
Thanks.
And Karsten's wife, he said his wife Victoria with a K, V-I-K, has joined him. She has a question, but she's not comfortable speaking in English. So Karsten, feel free to go ahead and unmute yourself. So the question is, what is her next step in promoting her career? There is something holding her back. She wants to be independent.
Okay. So for Victoria, What is the block in relationship to her career? I'm seeing this big circular slab and I'm hearing it slide, you know, like the tombs in Egypt when they slide the rock, how you can hear that noise of the rock sliding. So it's something big and it's covering. What is it doing? So there's massive resistance there. That's why it's this big rock. It's hard to move. And, oh, but they're saying it's not hard to move. That's an illusion. You look at it and you see it's this big, massive rock and you think, I can't move that. This is hopeless. What am I going to do? When in fact, what you don't know is that rock has been suspended energetically, and I don't know how, but it's been suspended energetically. And all you have to do is touch it and it will slide gently aside. So it's like you've been trying to force it when all you had to do was gently touch it. Does that make sense?
No, not really. I don't know what to do because I have this online business and I am also, what do you call it? Alternative behandler.
Alternative treatment. She works with the energetics, Reiki and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have any clients nearly. But though she's very good at it actually. But she's not getting much the client. She can really help people.
Yeah, so what they're saying is that's the rock and the sliding. So you're coming, excuse me, to this new format online, which is different for you. And there's a big learning curve to figure out how to do it. And so you're feeling like it's hard and it's going to take all of this effort. And so you're bringing brute force, trying to force the rock to slide, trying to be successful in a new forum. When in fact, if you use your energy tools and your intuition, you can step into it and allow that to guide you as you build this new business. So don't force it, flow with it. Use those tools for yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
You forget to do that. You do it for everybody else, but you forget to do it for you.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
You're welcome. That was a really cool visual.
Yes, it was. Let me see here. There's some second questions. Let me find, let's see. We've not talked with Beth, have we?
Yeah, we did. Does she have another question?
Yes, but hang on. There's a new one. There's a new person here. Hang on just a moment. Oh, by the way, it's really interesting. Isla found you on Google. So I think that, yes, wow. She's seeking more knowledge on Akashic Record and what's next for her. So I think this is wonderful that she's acknowledging that. That's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, that is.
So Nevi7, Navina, she joined about 15 minutes ago, is if there is enough time, could you please touch the subject on fear and what we do quickly, possibly a mantra to switch our perception. Fear.
Okay. So what can you share with Navina about fear? Oh, I'm seeing you walking through this pond full of alligators and you're very tentatively stepping on these little rocks that are there because you have to get to the other side. You're feeling this urgency to get to the other side and you're frightened out of your wits because these alligators are looking very hungry. It's almost like they're smacking their lips in anticipation of you crossing this water. And your guides are saying, hey, Navina, look up, we're here. They're throwing down a rope to you. They're going to lift you up and take you to the other side. So all of that fear was for nothing. You didn't need to go there. You didn't need to go in all that energy because this alternate path was available to you. But in your fear, you were like this and you didn't see it. So it's about breathe, relax, and allow your guides to help you through the situation. They've got you. They always have you. They're not going to abandon you. But you can't see the rescue that they're bringing forth for you when you've got your head down and your head and, you know, face covered up, hiding in fear. So let that go take it off like an old cloak or blanket, throw it off. It's not serving you, it's holding you back. And there's so much out there when you get to the other side of that fear. Does that help?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else?
Not personally. I just wanted some advice of lately with this whole COVID situation, and I've been doing pretty good, but then all of a sudden this fear just kind of cracked through my mind and heart, and it's just so hard to get rid of it. So I just wanted to have some kind of advice of what to do quickly, some kind of mantra to connect with.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, that, and it makes total sense, Navina, because it's all around you and it's hard not to be impacted by it. I want you, when I post this video, go back and watch the beginning, because in the beginning we did a little meditation, and there was a part of it about our protective bubble that is keeping out the chaos, the noise, and all of that hatred, and bigotry. So now we are all being called to do that, to protect ourselves. So it's your own personal little force field. So go back and listen to that and see if that's helpful, but that's where they're going to take you. So in meditation, have them show you what that looks like and what that feels like. And then each day, make sure you renew it, and then be mindful of it still being in place, because when you get out there around all this noise and chaos, it can start to erode. You can let it go because you're not focused. So it's being mindful of keeping it in place.
Okay.
Because you need it now, really, really more than any other time. And that's going to be what helps you to keep moving forward while all the light workers are coming together to clean up this mess.
Thank you, Deborah.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Nevi. And it looks like I may have been a bit confused, and I love to clear confusion. Sarah G, we may have missed her question, and it has to do with advising her when she will meet someone who will stay in her life. Sarah G.
Hi.
Hi, Sarah. So you want to know when you will meet them?
Yes, when I would meet someone. I'm in England, actually. I think that's where we got the questions confused.
Okay. So for Sarah in England, when is she likely to meet someone who's an optimal relationship? I'm getting less than a year. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep going a little more. $8 months, approximately.
Thank you.
Yeah. So of course that depends on choices that you and this other person make in the meanwhile.
Yeah,
and events around you. But right now, your guides have everything lined up for about the 8-month mark.
Well, that's wonderful. Thank you. Could I ask another question?
Sure. And I just want to say though, also, 8's a great number because you know that's infinity.
Yeah, yeah, great. Yeah, I just wanted to ask about the learning of the Akashic Records and how to actually access them. Is this what my guides would like me to do? It's something that I've just come to, and I'm so excited about it. And I'd love to be able to do the training so that I can actually help the people in, in England around me at the moment.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it's not supposed to. If the Akashic Records are calling you, then you are ready to access them because they're yours. You could always do this. You just didn't know it. Now that you become aware of them, it's about stepping in and just practicing. So you can grab my book. There's information in there about accessing. There's also a bonus file. There's an access prayer to get into the records. And there's a meditation that will set you up for getting
Wonderful.
in. But just be patient and take it one step at a time. It might come to you fast because we're in a new rapidly accelerating energetic phase right now. But if it is a little slower, that's okay too. Just know that you can do it.
Yeah.
It will take practice and perseverance, but you can.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I do work as a tarot reader, and I am a medium. But I just wanted to. There's some people actually that you just need to go and find out what the soul really is wanting here.
Yeah.
And that's why I want to take it to a deeper level, because I feel I can help them more if I can get into the Akashic Records and find out what's there that can actually, they can start to work on themselves as well.
Yes. And also, as a medium and tarot reader, if you access that person's Akashic Records before you connect with their departed spirits and their cards, you're going to get an even deeper experience for them.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. That's lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it'll take you to a new level. And so then while you're there, just stop and ask questions.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And thank you for your patience, Sarah. Thank you so much.
Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you. It's really appreciated. I could understand the bee, actually, that you mentioned when you spoke about it earlier on in this session, because I saved a little bee, actually. It was upside down with its little legs going, and I turned it round the other way, and I love honey.
That's
so I can understand that, yeah.
Yeah. So apparently bees are for both of you then.
Yeah, probably so, yeah. But thank you, that was amazing.
You're welcome. Let me know how it goes.
Yes, I definitely will. I should probably be doing some training with you before.
And that's a really good idea. Sarah, that is such a good idea, because working with Deborah it's world class. And she undervalues herself, and I'm here to attest.
Oh, bless.
So please reach out to her with that.
Yes, I said this is my first time, actually, and I've reached out today, and I just thought, am I on the right path here? Am I on the right path? But I think you've confirmed that I need to be doing this work. That's brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah, when it calls, it's wise to answer.
Yes, that's what I've done. But it's nice to get the validation that, yes, I've followed my instinct, and I've gone with this inspired action, and I've got some cards now as well that will help me actually work with the Akashic Records and understand a little bit deeper about them. And I need to get loads of books now so I can read about it as well, so I understand it. That's fantastic. Thank you so much.
You're going to love it.
Yeah, I'm sure I will. Yeah, I'm excited already.
So we have a couple of question backs, and let me just scan them real quickly. And by the way, Mike Wanner, would you please open your mic again? And you had put a message here that Deborah deserves our thanks. And what would you suggest people do in relationship to her YouTubes and videos, etc.? Why don't you come back on board and share your feelings?
It's very important that YouTubes get likes so they get positioned optimally so people can see them. And, also, besides liking them, you can also leave comments on them of what it meant to you in your life and how it changes your perspective on the vibrancy of the life that you are living and the one you want to live.
Thank you, Mike.
That's wonderful, Mike. Thank you. And an interesting second question from Melinda. She mentioned that she received a feeling to ask to see if she's correct on a message she received. Her husband, Ryan, is having issues with a sea caper, which is a stabilizer on his boat. He had to end the charter early today because of this. Any insight to the issue?
Okay. So what can you tell Melinda about the mechanical issue on Ryan's boat? Oh, I'm seeing an explosion, Melinda. So whatever it is needs attention.
Okay.
It's like immediately was like kapow. So it's something very powerful.
Are they able to see anything? Is it with the Seakeeper or is it something else?
Is it the Seakeeper that's the problem? No. There's something underneath of it.
Something underneath? Like, is it electrical?
Is it an electrical issue? I'm getting electrical, yes, but it feels like there's more to it.
Okay.
Is this some kind of routine maintenance that needs to be done? No, it's something else. So was it damage?
Fuel.
Fuel? Something to do with fuel? Yeah. So maybe something electrical and fuel, which could be a kaboom.
So just ask them to be sure to check it out, because it's going to go in for servicing. So be sure, just tell them to look for something that might cause a hazard.
Yeah, and they're clapping for you, Melinda, and saying, you know, congratulations for tuning into that intuition.
Okay.
And following up on it, because previous to this, you might have just not thought anything about it.
Okay.
This is huge so that you can prevent something bad from happening.
Okay. I thought it might be the electrical cord, because the Seakeeper's losing power. So I was thinking it might be the cord, but then I was like, oh, I should try to ask you.
Yeah,
So,
when you said that, I got like short.
like there's a short.
Yeah.
In the cord.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Thank you
with
for
that.
taking the extra question. Okay, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you. You're the best. Thank you, Donna, for helping too. Both of you. Thank you.
Melinda. And Elena said her husband has a hard time sleeping, working midnights, light sleeper. What can he do to help that, to sleep better?
Okay. So for Alina's husband, what can you share with him about getting better sleep? I'm feeling like he's got sleep apnea, and that's what's going on with his, yeah, I get a big yes on that. I don't know if he's been diagnosed or not, but check into the sleep apnea, because it feels like that is a big piece of the puzzle for him. And then if he's open to it, meditation would help, because he could put himself in that relaxed state. And also there's like a lot of buzzing, chaos kind of stuff going on in his brain. So he's feeling stress, which a lot of people are, of course, but all that is keeping him asleep, or awake rather. So some meditation to calm that down and just let that chaos and confusion just flow away, to bring his brain to a space of quiet. I'm seeing he's pulling down the shades in his brain. So, you know, putting his brain to bed is what they're saying, which sounds silly, but maybe that will mean something to him.
Okay, and a couple of comments here that are important. Beth said, I love that there are so many messages of rebirth and taking cover off of ourselves. I think that's lovely. And Elena said, that's good to know that it's okay to pull back. Sometimes it can be draining, but allowing yourself to pull back. And I know we're right at the 2 hours, but let me look if there's something else. Anna said, if there is time, is where I am living good for me? Where I am living.
And that's Anna?
A-N-N-E, Anne.
Oh, Anne, okay. So,
and she still is here, okay.
Okay, so for Anne, is the place that she's living an optimal place for her to be? No. So it would be optimal for her to move somewhere? They're saying, yeah, and the sooner the better. You know, get away from that dark sarcophagus energy. I'm getting tomb, Anne. It's like you've almost entombed yourself. And I'm seeing a lot of darkness, and that's probably energy more than, you know, actual light, but there's all that heavy energy around. And it could be getting out of that space will shift you. You know, try to find a new place that's lighter and brighter, where, and tune into your intuition. Find a space that you just feel peaceful and lighter when you walk into it.
Well, it took me 3 years to find this place because I didn't know where to move. So how would I even begin to figure out where to move again?
Ask your friends.
Oh, my friends just moved here too. I mean, I just moved here a year and a half ago.
Okay. Are you connected with the Circle of Miracles group or the Pebble Hill group? Are you?
Yeah.
Ask them, because those people are connected. They're going to know, and they're energetically connected too. So, and Mike could probably tell you about that.
So does that mean I should stay in Pennsylvania?
Let's ask. Is it optimal for Anne to stay in Pennsylvania? Yeah, if you like Pennsylvania, it's great. There are perfectly lovely places out there that have good energy that you could move to. But that would be leveraging your network because you know these people. They either will know of someplace or they'll know somebody who does.
Okay.
And because they're energetically connected, there's a better chance you're going to find a space that has that positive energy to move into.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too.
And in relationship to accommodations, it's interesting because Dawn had just said that she applied for a new apartment, but it's been a week and she hasn't heard from that she had been accepted. What does that mean? Should she look for another place? Maybe because she's been referring to it as her backup plan.
Okay. So the apartment that Dawn has been waiting a week for, is it highly likely that she will be accepted into that apartment? Yeah. Is it an optimal choice for her? No.
That's what I was thinking. Is the other place I was considering, that one's called Hanover Town Center, is that going to be a better place?
Okay, so is the Hanover space a more optimal choice for Dawn? Yeah. It feels lighter.
Okay. Will I have enough money to make it? Because the rents are expensive in Prussia, Pennsylvania.
So is it highly likely that Dawn will be in a position to easily afford those apartments in King of Prussia? Yeah. It's about you relaxing into it and allowing that abundance to flow to you. And it's also trust, isn't it? Because if you're going to take on that bigger obligation, you need to be in that energetic space of receiving, trusting that your guides are going to bring to you what you need to thrive there. Yeah, and I'm seeing you with one of those little hand tools, the cultivators as you're working the dirt and you're planting.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a really positive thing.
Okay, good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Nevi has a second question about a surgery, which is not yet scheduled. And she's asking, will it be postponed because of COVID and will it be successful?
Okay, so for Nevi, is it highly likely that her surgery will be postponed? No. Is it highly likely it will be successful? I get a big, strong yes. They want you to go into this with confidence and trust. They don't want you to have any doubts because that will impact upon the success.
And
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And the people who have stayed here this long, I would like you to unmute yourself, and I'd like to hear your key takeaways from today as response to Deborah. Please speak up, and we'll call on somebody. And Dawn, you've unmuted yourself. Can you please speak?
Just allowing and flow and trusting. Hard thing to do. I like to control everything and be in control. Know what's happening.
Yeah, that's important.
Okay, Nevi, what's your takeaway, your key takeaway today?
That we can find beauty in everything. And I just want to say that I love your background. It's just so beautiful, so earthly and spiritual at the same time. Just want to say thank you again for your time.
You know what I noticed while you guys were talking? There's a bee right there.
Yes, that's what I noticed also. I saw the bee, and it's just like Donna mentioned earlier, that you don't show yourself as something big, and you're just like that little bee, and just being around nature and helping around everyone. So thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Anne, what's your takeaway today?
It just kind of confirmed some of the things that I was thinking about, things that I need to work on, and some things that I wasn't too sure about, that it solidified, about being more in the light, and you know, I just have to do a lot more work on myself, I think.
And fun, Anne.
And fun, yes. I should put that at the top of the list.
Yeah, put that at the top of the list. That'll change everything.
Yeah.
You're so ready and you so deserve it. I'm so glad you came today.
And as you share your takeaways, I'd like for you to also share what you would say to someone else about coming and talking with Deborah. Who wants to speak next?
I would just say, if you have any questions at all, no matter what they are, please join this Zoom program. That's very helpful.
Thank you, Anne.
Hello, this is Debbie.
Hi.
Hi, Debbie in Minnesota. My takeaway, as always, is just listening to how you ask questions and how your energy is always so calming. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here.
Who else would like to speak up?
Hi, this is Karen.
Who's next? Karen, go ahead.
Hi. Yeah, no, I just wanted to say thank you. These calls are just great for getting clarity and confirmation, and to just help with trusting my own intuition more and more. Work in progress. And also it's really good that when we hear other people's messages, that sometimes, you know, they resonate with us as well. So it's not just, you know, that one answer to the question that we've put, that it's what we get from others as well. So it's really good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Mike, you're waving your hand.
Yeah, Deborah's style is awesome, and the way that she finesses questions so precisely, it's so wonderful to watch, and I just enjoy that stylistic excellence.
Thank you, Mike.
Wonderful. Anyone else have something they'd like to say before we give it back to Deborah to do a final?
For me, the biggest takeaway, before I say what my takeaway is, I'm calling in from Kenya in Africa. So I'm quite excited about this. It's actually nightfall here. And my biggest takeaway is finding the things that give me the most joy. I realized the last 2 weeks I haven't been doing walks by the beach, and that has actually affected me because I enjoy the ocean and I enjoy taking walks, and that has come up to me after that was said. And what I'd tell someone in line with introducing them to Deborah is, come and have a session on the Zoom meeting and then make a decision after you see how the Zoom meeting runs, because not everyone is attuned to what Akashic Records are, or not everyone is open to it. So thank you so much, ladies. You've been so amazing and awesome, and I'm just so excited, and my night today will be just amazing.
Wonderful. You're so welcome. Thanks for being here.
And also from Denmark, I would like to say hi, and with the whole of my family. I have 6 kids here, so there was a lot of noise all around. So it's a good thing that was mute on, I think, but I had enjoyed it. I think I will do this again and also see what you have more to offer. It's very good. I'm very impressed. Well, it's very good. So thank you.
My pleasure. Thanks for being here.
It's wonderful to have this global. Is it T-A-R-J-A? How do you say your name, dear?
Yes, this is me. This is Tarja.
Talia.
Tarja, yes. And it's my question. I typed it there as well. I find it very difficult to get physical things done, things like cleaning. Cooking is okay, but cleaning is not. And then I do a lot of meditative work for humanity. So have I gone too far to live in the inner worlds, or for my own good? Or is this part of my service for humanity? Just a stage that I'm going through.
So what can you tell Tarja about not being able to get cleaning done and all of her meditation? It's taking just a moment to calibrate. I'm seeing lots of misty, cloudy kind of confusion is what that's about. Oh, and this is funny. You know those long boats that the Vikings used? I'm seeing one of those coming out of the mist, and it's got that big curved bow on it with the dragon's head. I don't know if you're related to the Norse people or what, but that's an interesting visual. So that's coming out of the fog and the confusion. Okay, so what can you explain to us about that? Unless you know what that means.
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, I can't.
Oh, so it's your crew, Tarja. You've got a crew. And while you're in this place where you don't have good visuals, your crew, they're climbing up on that tall mast, and they're looking out and they're helping you. So those are your guides. They want you to know that they're there, and they're watching out for you. So they're helping you to navigate through this space in time where there's confusion and you're not quite sure about your path. So yeah, spend time in meditation because you're going to get more clarity there. And the thing about the cleaning, they're saying, don't worry about that so much. That's, you get to choose what you do about that. You might at some point say, well, I deserve to be in a space that's sparkling and clean and I enjoy it. And at that point, you might choose to assign that task to one of your crew. You don't necessarily have to do it yourself. So I think that's what they're wanting you to do, is reevaluate priorities. What really is important? Because how can connecting with your guides in meditation not be a high priority? So if you're feeling led to do more of that, find a way to get those other things taken care of for you. Let the crew do it rather than you doing it yourself. And I think they brought you the longboat just to let you know that that's how big your crew is. They're abundant. They're there to serve you. So let them.
Yeah. Thank you. That's great. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you.
Well, Deborah, I believe we have covered all the questions and comments today. What would you like to end the day with?
Okay, well, thank you everybody for being here. First of all, I really appreciate it. It's a special energy. And I am fully confident that Metatron has taken all of this energy, and I'm feeling it in this big ball, and is sending it out to the world at large to have a greater impact. So let's just take a couple of deep breaths. Let's thank each of your guides, your angels, your teachers, masters, for being with you today, for bringing that wisdom and sharing it with you so freely, for connecting with you at that deep level, letting you feel their presence. They want you to know that is with you every day. You don't need a gathering like this to connect with them. It's always there. But when you want to amplify it, then please come. Let's amplify it together and have a massive impact upon the world. And so I'm seeing the sun coming out and the clouds are parting. It's beautiful, and it's like we've stepped into a space after a massive cleansing rain. Everything is glistening, sparkles, the fresh air, that scent after the rain, that you can smell the fresh grass and all the plants. And it's just so beautiful. And that, all of you beautiful souls, is what's awaiting us on the other side of this present challenge that we're going through. So take heart, keep the faith, and know that they are going to guide you through that misty fog just like they guided Tarja through. That's there for us. That's the promise. That's guaranteed. Take it to the bank from your guide team. So hold on to that. Trust it, believe it, know it at the depths of your soul, for it is true. And with that, we thank you, all of you participants, all of you guides, teachers, masters, angels, for being here today in this collective. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now I'll send you all out to enjoy your day. I'm here if you need me, just let me know. Many blessings and much love. Mwah. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Bye.